This is how many view Tamika, a basketball legend and WNBA superstar with the Indiana Fever. Recently retired in 2016, Tamika is now busier than ever. Let's catch up.
And now on Great Day TV, my friend, and boy, she is a legacy, of course, on and off the court. I wrote down a few things here. Just a second, Tamika. Speaker, author, community leader, of course, athlete with the Fever, Hall of Fame winner, 15 years with the Fever. So gracious and giving. Front office, vice president, Fever operations, and general manager. You got your hands full there, haven't you? How are you doing today, Tamika?
I am doing great, Patty. How are you?
Fine. I was hoping we could do this interview in person, but of course, you know, with the way things we're being safe. We're being safe and sane. So that's the way to do it. What brings us here again, and my great opportunity to talk to you, is you're receiving the Amplifier Award from Hear Indiana. And everybody knows about my hearing loss, and you've been very open about your hearing disability as well. Can you tell us a little background about how this started for you and what it means to you?
Yeah, definitely. So I was 3 years old when my mom and dad found out that I was born with a hearing disability. And I'm the baby. My mom and dad have three. So my brother's the oldest, my sister, and myself. And really, about a few months before they found out about myself, they had taken my brother to get tested and found out that he was born with a hearing disability. So had him, and then, you know, I talk about my middle sister, Taja, being like the perfect one because everything about her, she's just perfect. And then me, you know, having the hearing disability and eventually having to wear glasses and contacts and all of that. So literally my whole life, really from that point on, having to just get, you know, having to deal with getting made fun of, having to deal with having a disability, and, you know, really early on knowing that I was different.
You told me once that having a hearing disability made you a better player. Tell me about that a little bit.
Well, I think it's almost like a sixth sense. You know, you start thinking, and I feel for myself, I'm really observant. So I'm constantly looking, even when I'm sitting outside, I'm always looking to my left and right. You know, you kind of see things happen before they actually happen. And so, you know, definitely with that on the court, just having more court awareness, kind of being able to see things happen before they happen. So I always like to tell people, I'm like, it's kind of like my superpower. You know, even though I can't hear as well, I feel like all my other senses have been heightened.
Yep, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. It makes me a better listener too, because I have to focus on what they're doing. You know, I can't look away. So I agree 100%. Now, no one knows what's going to happen, you know, after the pandemic and when we get back to playing, literally and figuratively. What are your thoughts for the Fever coming up? Can you give us anything? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think the number one thing is that as a league and just overall, even with the Indiana Fever, our number one priority is the health and safety of our players. And so even as we've gone through the last couple of months, you know, really looking at different scenarios, obviously the first half we're taking up getting prepared for the draft. And once the draft happened, we got three amazing players that we're going to add to our team. And so, you know, now, like on the flip side, really looking, all right, what's the next steps? The coaching staff and myself, you know, we pretty much talk every day, just kind of prepping and getting ready. And, you know, we'll be ready. When they say go, we'll be ready.
When you say go, you'll be ready. I like that.
And we'll be back with more of our exclusive interview with Tamika Catchings and her latest honor for helping the hearing impaired.